Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. We are going to be going live this evening. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to be giving you some exclusive information as to how and why Mr. Gibbs Williams, popularly known as Gibbo, the late vice principal of the GC Foster College, was killed. You're not going to want to miss this live. Also, I'm going to be talking about the Chief Justice of Jamaica, Mr. Brian Sykes, or is it Mr. Brian Psycho? Don't miss this live stream this evening at 6 o'clock. In today's journey, we are passing burnt ground in the parish of Hanover. We are still heading to Portland. Yeah man, I'm taking you on a cross island journey. So continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. Now, I see, a lot of you are asking if I'm driving on the main road. In this journey, I'll be driving only on main roads. So, any road that you see us driving on is the main road. Alright? Now, in the news today, in this first incident, this one took place Friday afternoon, October 13, about 3 o'clock. It took place along the Port Henderson Main Road in Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. We are learning that a team of police officers from the Narcotics Division, they signaled a black 2013 Honda Stream motorcar with only the driver aboard to stop. The driver, he complied, and the car was searched. In the storage area of the car, the police, they found 3 rectangular parcels wrapped in black and white plastic. The parcels, they were pierced and found to contain white powdery substance resembling coke. As a result, the driver, he was taken into police custody and charged. His name is Amar Lee. He'll be celebrating his 37th birthday next week, Saturday, October 28th. Amar Lee, he's a fisherman and he's living at Lina Close in the Old Britain area of Portmore. He was charged for the offenses of possession of and dealing in coke, and he'll be going to the courts shortly. And still in Portmore, parents and guardians, there is a taxi driver dark blue motorcar in the area. Him run taxi on, well, I'm not sure which are the routes, but him run taxi over Portmore. He's popularly known as Cornmeal. You know Cornmeal? Watch out for him. Don't let your daughters drive with him. Right now, Cornmeal, he's wanted by the Portmore police. We are told that an 11-year-old girl, she had to jump out of the car while it was moving, either late Wednesday or Thursday afternoon. The 11-year-old girl, she was leaving school and only she and Cornmeal were in the car. It is said that Cornmeal, him started to rub down the 11-year-old girl's leg. She told him to stop and he continued. So the 11-year-old girl, she asked Cornmeal to stop the car. He did not stop. So the 11-year-old girl, she opened the door and jumped out of it whilst it was moving. A report was subsequently made to the police. And you, rapeable taxi driver, Cornmeal, I bet you, me go and sit down right here so and read the news about you. Because I am sure you're going to mess with the wrong man data who no in no report to station business. Watch and see. In this next story, we are learning that early this morning, Sunday, October 15, about minutes after 2 o'clock, fire of unknown origin completely destroyed several shops at the Shoes Arcade along St. James and Harbour Streets in Montego Bay. We are told that fire was seen coming from the arcade, and fire personnel at the nearby fire station. They responded and they brought the fire under control, but not before several shops were destroyed. We are told that damage is estimated to be millions of Jamaican dollars, and investigations are being carried out to ascertain what could have caused this fire. Sad indeed. Listen this now. Listen this. Friday night, October 13, about 9 o'clock. A man, he is known as Gavin. He was driving his white Toyota Probox motorcar along the Johnsall Main Road in the parish of St. James. On reaching in the vicinity of the Johnsall Primary School, we are told that Gavin, he was involved in a traffic accident with a motorcycle. The bike rider, he was very upset and he wanted to war Gavin. We are told that he pulled a knife and rushed Gavin with it. Gavin, he ran onto the St. John's Primary School. What did the bike rider do? Him set Gavin's car on fire and rode away, burning up the car and its contents. Just like that. But in this next incident, in this next incident, them say, trouble not set like rain. You heard that? You ever hear that saying? Trouble not set like rain. Listen this now. A female, her name is Cameka. She's in her early 30s. Cameka, she's the mother of at least 3 children. One of them is 16. One is 11. And the third one is 2 years old. Cameka and her children and other siblings, they are or were living in an 8-apartment concrete and board house. Now, this house is owned by Cameka's mother and father at Hill 60 in the Duncans area of Trelawney. We are told that Cameka's mother and father, they are away on vacation at a small island. Now, Friday morning, October 13, about some minutes after 7 o'clock, Cameka, she locked up the house and she and her children and her siblings, they left to her workplace. We are told that Cameka, she worked as a server at a restaurant and bar in the Duncans Bay area of Trelawney. We are told that sometime in the afternoon, about 3 or 4 o'clock thereabout, a guy named Deron Meghie, he went to the restaurant. Now, both Deron and Cameka, they got into an argument. It is said that Cameka, she told Deron to leave the restaurant because she did not feel comfortable with Deron being around her children. You heard that? Cameka, she told Deron to leave the restaurant and bar because she did not feel comfortable with him being around her children. But Miss Cameka, Miss Cameka, truth be told, your children should not be at the restaurant and bar in the first place. Are you following me? Truth have to be told. Your 16, 11-year-old and 2-year-old children, they should not be at the bar. So why? Anyhow, we are told that Cameka and Deron, they started arguing. It is alleged that Deron, he left and returned with a knife and he threatened Cameka. What did Cameka do? She went into the kitchen, picked up a pot off the stove with hot water and threw it in Deron's face. We are told that Deron, he received burns to his face and his upper body. It is alleged that Deron, he ran off. But before he ran off, he said to Cameka, me either go burn down the shop or the house. You got that? It is said that Deron, he told Cameka, me either I go burn down the shop or the house. About an hour later, Cameka got a phone call from her neighbors who told her that her parents' house where she lived was on fire. We are told that the neighbors, they assisted in trying to put out the fire, but it was too much for them. A unit from the Falmouth Fire Station responded and they were able to bring the fire under control. We are told that the house, it was extensively damaged and loss is estimated at over 5 million Jamaican dollars. We are also told that Deron, he was picked up by the police. He was taken to the Falmouth Hospital where he was treated for burns to his face and his upper body. Deron is now in police custody and Deron, he has also made a report to the police for the burns that was inflicted by Cameka. So both Cameka and Deron, they are now facing charges. You remember how I started the story? You remember? Trouble no set like rain. Boy, may I tell you. Now, in this next story, this one took place yesterday afternoon. Saturday, October 14, about 5:30. It took place at Hartford District in the parish of Westmoreland. We are told that a team of police officers, acting on intelligence, they searched an abandoned one-room boardhouse in the area and bingo. That .380 pistol, affixed with an empty magazine, was found in a corner of the house. No one was arrested in connection with this find, but intelligencers, big up on yourself, and Westmoreland police, job well done. And still in the parish of Westmoreland, this one took place late yesterday afternoon, October 14, about 6 o'clock. It took place at Hanover in the parish of Westmoreland. We are learning that a man, he's said to be in his mid-50s. He's popularly known as Wani. It is said that Wani, he's an upholstery fixer and a tailor. It is said that Wani, he was standing along the roadway when a motorcycle drove up with 2 hoodlums aboard. The pillion, he jumped off the bike and pulled a gun. Wani, he ran off from where he was standing and he was chased by the hoodlum who opened gunfire at him, hitting him. Wani fell to the ground and he was able to get up and ran off into some bushes. The hoodlums, they then rode away on the motorcycle, making good their escape. The police, they were called and they rushed with Wani to a nearby hospital where he was admitted in a serious condition. We are told that Wani, he received gunshot wounds to the right side of his abdomen. But guess what? Stand by. Stand by, because I will definitely be coming back to this story because there is a lot to be said. Stand by. In this next story, this one took place yesterday evening, Saturday, October 14, about 6:45. It took place at Crescent Lane in the Old Britain area of Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. We are learning that a group of persons were at a premises. We are also told that gambling normally goes on at that premises. Persons, they were there gambling when 2 hoodlums, both armed with guns, entered the premises. They entered through a side gate. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at the persons who were gambling, hitting 4 of them. A delivery man in his mid-40s, he received gunshot wounds to his left thigh. A 62-year-old mason, he received gunshot wounds to his left arm and the right side of his buttocks. A 38-year-old female, she received a gunshot wound to her left thigh. And another female, she's said to be about 49 years old. She received gunshot wounds to her right arm and the left side of her buttocks. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape in a motor vehicle that they had parked on the road. The injured persons, they were assisted by residents to a nearby hospital where they were treated and admitted. The police, they were informed, and when they processed this crime scene, 13 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Now, this next incident, it took place Thursday night, October 12, about 9:30. It took place at the bridge at Hibiscus Drive in the Reedspen area of Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. We are learning that a guy, he was a passenger in a car when the car, it stopped on the bridge. We are told that the guy, he was pushed out of the car and hoodlums in the car, they opened gunfire at him, hitting him in his head and his upper body. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape in the said motorcar. From all indication, the guy died on the spot. Now, up to the time of recording this video, we are told that he has not yet been identified, but he appeared to be in his 20s. He was dressed in a black hoodie, a white marina, a blue jeans shorts, and a pair of black sneakers. Now, if and when I get his identity, I will certainly be updating this story. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 4 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. And if you notice, we are now over 210,000 subscribers. You heard that? You and I, we are now over 210,000 subscribers. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for sharing the channel. Thank you for telling a friend to tell a friend. Alright? Now, in the final story for today, listen this one now. And listen how easy it is for persons to lose their lives in Jamaica. Listen how these guys are heartless and is aimed at destabilizing the country to put fear in the residents of Jamaica, to cause mayhem in Jamaica. Friday night, October 13, about 10 o'clock, a group of persons, they were gathered at the Ups Bar and Gaming Lounge at Hatton Court in the parish of Hanover when 3 motorcycles with 2 hoodlums each drove up and stopped. The hoodlums, they jumped off the bike and they had their thing well planned. They were armed with handguns and a claw bar. The hoodlums, they held up the persons who were in the bar and robbed them of their cell phones and money plus other valuables. They then used the claw bar and forced open the 6 gaming machine boxes and stole all of the money that were in them. The hoodlums, they got money, they got cell phones and other valuables, but that was not enough. They wanted to inflict fear. They wanted to create mayhem. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire on the persons who were in the bar, hitting 3 of them. The operator for the bar, he's popularly known as G-Mack or Lala. He's said to be in his mid-30s. He received gunshot wounds to his right buttocks, his left thigh, and his abdomen. A hotel worker, he's popularly known as Neil. He received gunshot wounds to his right thigh. And a Tyler in his early 30s, he received gunshot wounds to his abdomen. Now, the hoodlums, they were not done as yet. As they were leaving, they saw that man on your screen. His name is Orlando Mason, but he was popularly known as Lando. Lando was born on March 23, 1997, and he was a construction worker. He lived at Petty Peace in the Hatton Court area. Lando, he was riding his bicycle along the roadway when the hoodlums, they opened gunfire, hitting Lando in his upper body, killing him on the spot. The hoodlums, they were still not done. The hoodlums, they were riding away from the scene. They already killed 1 and injured 3. Remember now, these hoodlums, they were not shooting to injure anyone. So it could have easily been 4 men killed. But the hoodlums, they were not done yet. They wanted more blood. They were riding out of Hartencourt, just firing shots. That man on your screen, his name is Jeff Desport. He was born on February 26, 1982, almost 42 years old. Jeff, he was said to be a hard-working gentleman. Jeff was a husband. Jeff, he was a farmer, and he was a pork vendor. For many years, Jeff, he has been selling pork at nights at the bus stop at Hartencourt. He lived at Orange Cove in the Ginger Hill area of Hanover. We are told that Jeff, he was at his stall talking to one of his friends. Now, that friend is in his late 40s and he's a farmer, also living in the Ginger Hill area. Jeff, he was out doing what he knows best, working and trying to earn some money for him and his family when the hoodlums who had just created mayhem and were leaving the area. They were still firing shots indiscriminately, and they were not firing shots in the air. Their aim was to kill more persons. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at Jeff and his friend, hitting Jeff in his upper body and his friend to the right side of his buttocks. Jeff, he ended up dying on the spot. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape. So Jeff and Lando, they were killed, and the other 4 men, they were rushed to a nearby hospital where they were treated and admitted. We are told that when the police processed these crime scenes, 19 9mm spent shells and 3.45 spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up